Hi again, it's Meredith and Tom Hughes.
I'm Meredith.
I'm Tom.
That's
We're here
Tom.
to talk about the origins of the potato. It's I love this title of this book, The Potato and Its Wild Relatives.
Just so you know, it did not originate in Ireland.
The
Thank you.
potato was a wild plant with many varieties in the Andes Mountains of western South America, and the native people there. Here's an example here. Domesticated it many years ago, but
Who is that woman?
originally it was a wild plant, and scientists from all over the world have been coming to the western part of South America to study these wild plants. I mean, one of these people is Carlos Ochoa. He's considered, what's that?
He was one of our friends.
Yeah, Raider of the Lost Spud. He's a successful wild plant finder and identifier. He wrote books like The Potatoes of South America, Bolivia. Look at the size of this. And
That's Bolivia.
The Potatoes of South America. That's Bolivia. That one was, what was that?
Peru.
No,
I don't know.
Bolivia.
They're both. One is
they're both
Espanol and one is English.
Okay, but he did big volumes and identifying these plants, these wild plants, because identifying and using the genetic materials of these plants is useful for developing resistant potatoes around the world.
And when you talk about Western South America, you're talking about the Andes Mountains between Bolivia and Peru, correct?
Correct, yeah. So here's another example. This is a beautiful portfolio of drawings of these wild and ancestors of the domesticated potato that we have. And this is one of the typical growing regions of this area. You can see that it goes from some high mountains down to river valleys. You can see all these different potato plots. And the reason that this was important is that once they domesticated the potato, they had different varieties for different conditions. So if one variety fell to some disease, they had another field somewhere else with a different variety, and that would be saved.
And the altitude really made a difference.
Yeah,
different altitudes.
Because some of the potatoes that were using all the space that they could were planted up on these high mountain terraces, and so the frost would hit them. But some of these potatoes they discovered were frost resistant. They didn't taste very good. You had to squeeze out the toxins that made it. Well, the things that made it. We're going to talk about that later.
We will talk about that later.
Right. So anyway, the treasure of the Andes is clearly the potato. So that's a little bit about what we wanted to say, and I think.
Didn't you want to show these?
Well, we're going to show that in the next video.
In the next. Stick around for the next video.
This was just about the wild varieties.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Bye.